Hey there, Allie from Parkside Nutrition here, and I wanted to share 3 tips from my Habit Kickstarter group that we talked about today. That is my group program, fantastic group of humans, and we had a lot of really good insights from them and from the conversation that just came up, not all just me sitting there standing on a soapbox. So I wanted to share the tips that we came up with together. So the first one is choosing your workout ahead of time. So this saves so much time, energy, decisions, frustration, all of that. Because if we choose our workout or follow a program so we don't have to choose our workout, that would be my first choice. But if we can follow a program as closely as possible, we never get in the habit of having to make compromises with that program. And that, one, gives you a lot of confidence. It gives you a lot of satisfaction because you know you did your homework, like you followed that to a T, and that's a really, really good feeling and can help, breathe motivation and longevity into that program because you felt really good following it 100%. Now, if you are in the stage of choosing your workout, so you kind of maybe dance around from a YouTube dance video or a home workout weights program or whichever, so you have multiple options for your program. Don't stress about finding the perfect program. If you are newer to exercise, almost anything will work initially. It's what we call newbie gains. So if you're new to weightlifting, you're going to see a ton of progress up front. So just do something, get in the habit of doing something on a regular basis. Once you have that block of time in your calendar that you are always exercising, whether that's running or in the gym or doing yoga or Zumba, whatever it is, we can change the type of program you're doing, but make sure you just focus on doing the thing. But if you are in that boat and you have to choose your program or choose your workout, that day or which one you're going to do it the night before. Do it before you are tired, hungry, run out of time for it, before you get annoyed with your spouse or something else comes up in your day. Do that before. So that way you show up at the designated time and there's no decision to be made. This is the program I'm going to do. Click the link, get started, and just go. That will save you so much time, energy, and frustration. I promise. The next one is don't eat at your desk or screen. This is a great way to not consciously enjoy your food. It is a great way to overeat on your food without even knowing it. So please take the time, and you quite honestly usually notice that you eat a little bit too quickly, potentially, if you're in this boat. So take the time to eat away from screens so you can try to take a little bit more time with your meal and not rush it. But even if you don't rush it, sometimes your meal only lasts 15 minutes. So give yourself that 15 minutes to check out of work, check out of, any distractions, social media, things like that, and really enjoy your meal. And this also gives you time to realize if you are full, when you're full, if you can stop a little bit sooner, if you accidentally overserved yourself, things like that. So this can really, really help you not only enjoy your food more, usually it tastes better because you're paying attention to it, but we can also feel better later in the day because we're not overeating without even knowing it. Then lastly, hold yourself to a standard. So discipline is a good thing, I promise, but it is something that you have to practice. You are not going to be perfect with any new habit overnight. And nutrition, I feel like people have this all or nothing mindset where I'll start on Monday and it's at the sight of the first mistake or the first mess up, they are just like, oh, well, I'll start again next week. It is a practice. It is a practice. You have to practice these things over and over again. And to make this more helpful, it is better if you can stick to a simple framework. So you know where you're going, you have a roadmap, you know what aspects of the framework are more important than others. So if you, quote, mess up on one element, you can reassure yourself, well, I hit the other 3 out of 4 elements on my plan, so I'm still doing pretty well. And if we have that standard for ourselves of we're not going to mess up 2 days in a row, or I'm going to at least do the best I can, I'm going to at least eat my vegetables first, or whatever else is on my plate, things like that. So these are things that you will determine with your coach. They will hopefully tell you what's most important, what they really want you to focus on if you have limited capacity as far as executing all of the elements. And when you have this newfound sense of discipline in your life, usually it's very freeing. And this is how you create more motivation for yourself down the line, because it feels really good to have less decisions and to be really committed. And then you also usually feel less guilt, less anxiety about the decisions that you're unsure of. If we're asking 50 million decisions a day, I start to get unsure if I'm making the right ones, if those ones aren't in my wheelhouse per se. So The more disciplined you can be within a structure or framework that fits your lifestyle, this can give you so much of your time back, and I promise it is well worth the initial effort that it feels like. Hopefully this helps you. You got this if you are working on new habits this week, and I would love to know in the comments below, what habits are you working on this week? And as always, if you have any health or nutrition related questions, please feel free to reach out and I will be happy to answer them.